Change, my dear, and it seems not a moment too soon. Yeah, stuff like that, stuff like that. Welcome to Popular Tripe, my name's Nick. If it's your first time here, thank you so much for pressing play. If you have watched me before and miraculously you've decided to come back and watch me again, overwhelming thanks and seek help immediately. Either way, before we go on, please do me a big favour, click like on this video. And talking of getting it all out of the way, yeah, blah blah chip and all blah 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 blah. Yes, this era hasn't been everything that it could be, but Jodie's been fantastic. I'll genuinely be sad to see her go. That being said, today's the day where we get to see her go. Today's the day of her regeneration. Her final episode, The Power of the Doctor, airs here at 7:30 here in the UK. The Doctor Who YouTube channel has been posting past regenerations all week. I've been watching those all weekend. Regenerations of the Doctor is always a big event, end of an era. The last couple of regenerations for Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi have been particularly emotional. I can remember way back with Christopher Eccleston's regeneration, it was more of a shock. We hadn't seen a regeneration like that before. He gave that great speech telling Rose she was fantastic, and so was he. And there was just that shock that we just got a new Doctor and we were losing him immediately. And then came David Tennant, Barcelona. For a lot of people, a lot of modern day Doctor Who viewers, David Tennant's been their favourite Doctor. Still a massive hit with the fans. So his regeneration was a particularly emotionally engaging one. I remember him saying goodbye to all those different people. Donna, Wilf. And his regeneration was just epic. I can remember the TARDIS going around the Earth and then that choir until his final, I don't want to go. Then the TARDIS explodes and there's all that energy everywhere. Everything's crashing down. And he turns into this young, punky Matt Smith who spits and then immediately crashes. I think Matt Smith has been my favourite Doctor of this era. I think his final episode didn't really serve him too well. However, his final speech and saying goodbye to Amy, bow tie hitting the floor. It was emotional stuff and it was a real fitting goodbye and it just showed how good he was. And then we got that slam cut where he immediately turned into Peter Capaldi's Doctor. And Capaldi's, I think, was my favourite regeneration of all. And it was the only one out of this new era of Who that I think genuinely kind of got me and I began to have sort of tears. It was just such a beautiful speech. Never be cruel, never be cowardly. Never ever eat pears. Remember, hate is always foolish, but love is always wise. But then the real stinger was the always try to be nice, but never fail to be kind. That was the one. That was the line that got me. That was beautiful. I'm just doing this little intro now. I'm going to watch the regeneration live on camera a little bit later on. I think these Who episodes are really personal to me. So I think it's not something really that I would normally do in front of the camera. I'd want to take it all in as is. But I think I can set things up enough that apart from this giant light that's shining right in my face, I should be able to watch it pretty much undeterred. So this won't be a full review of the episode. That's not really what I'm all about, but I am going to be watching, or you can be watching me watching the regeneration, and then you'll get my first thoughts and reactions as soon as it's happened, and then we'll see who it is she regenerates into. Lots of rumours swirling around. Is it going to be that she's going to regenerate into number 14 and we're going to get to see Ncuti's debut? Or, with a special coming up with David Tennant and Catherine Tate, is it that she's going to regenerate back into number 10? Just used the phrase back into number 10 and made me think of Boris Johnson right in the middle of this. Sorry, a little bit of sick in my mouth. I'm not sure which one I'm hoping for. I think I prefer it if we went straight into Ncuti's Doctor. Something new, and it's something we haven't seen before, and I want to see how he's going to play it, even in those opening scenes. I think there'll be a big shock for most of the general public if she turns back into David Tennant. I suspect we're going to get David Tennant doing the surprised, what thing again. Be interesting to see if they play it any differently. From what I've read, Jodie's regeneration's quite different. It's going to be quite stripped back. Don't know what that means. I am hoping for a beautiful closing speech that sits up there with the others. But before we get into that, there was another trailer for The Power of the Doctor released this morning. However, it's called Regenerations, plural. I do wonder what that's going to give us. It looks like it could be some sort of celebration thing rather than a trailer for The Power of the Doctor. But I'm keen to give it a watch before this evening's episode, set the mood, so let's take a look.
Everything is about to change.
Oh, yeah.
There's this moment when you're sure you're about to die.
Is this death?
And then you're born.
Dova.
What's happened?
Change, my dear. Time Lords have this little trick. It's all the way of cheating death, except it means I'm going to change.
Well, here we go again.
Even if I change, it feels like
This
dying.
feels epic.
That one's too young. Oh, no, that won't do at all.
Hello, I'm the doctor.
No, you're not.
You're completely different.
What do you think of my new face, by the way? It would be useful on the planet Delphon, where they communicate with their eyebrows.
This is the best thing ever. Never did this when I was a man.
Any moment now, he's coming.
Who's coming?
Doctor.
Don't forget me.
Don't you forget me.
Run fast.
This is emotional, actually.
Be kind.
One day, I shall come back.
But times change, and so must I.
Doctor, I let you go.
Oh, man.
Beware of the forces that mass against you and their master. Something's coming for me. War is ending. Doctor!
Gas with a gun in the TARDIS. That was actually pretty emotional for like a, you know, a trailer of clips that we've all seen before. Just how it's put together, that music there. Wow. I don't know if I'm going to be alright later on, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to be okay. Well, that was strangely affecting. I wasn't expecting that at all. Just how it interspersed, and then just Capaldi's final speech again. Laugh hard, run fast, be kind. Wow, that was great. Some clips at the end there. I'm not sure there was anything new, but wow. But yeah, I'm very excited for tonight's episode now. I wonder what we're going to get. It's meant to be action-packed. Stayed away from spoilers. There's a lot of stuff out there. Even a lot of YouTube videos with thumbnails with David Tennant on, for example, and they're all claiming to know what happens. I know they had the preview screening just under 2 weeks ago, but it cut just before the Regeneration, so none of the press are kind of party to or have any information as to what happens. I do wonder what we're going to get later. I think I remember at the end of the Flux series. Is it there? Yeah. The Flux series, there we go. The Doctor had that fob watch that had all those lost memories that she'd been trying to recover, but decided against opening it. And then she dropped it inside the TARDIS and wanted it kept hidden from herself unless she really, really asked for it. And it was strange that the whole aspect of it was kind of like the whole core thing with season 13 was kind of ultimately disposed of. And there was an earlier trailer for The Power of the Doctor where the fob watch was shown again. It was an older clip, but it seemed significant that they were showing that again. So I don't know if that's going to come into play. And does that tie in? Is that a reason why number 10 comes back? David Tennant comes back? Is there some connection there? Or am I just spewing rubbish like half the internet and kind of just coming up with zero? Probably the latter. Right, I'm going to leave it there. We shall fade out in a moment and then fade back up just at the final points of The Power of the Doctor. Who will Jodie Whittaker be regenerating into? Will it be number 14, Ncuti Gatwa? Number 10, David Tennant? Or do we get a complete curveball and it's star of daytime TV's bargain hunt, Danny Sebastian? We will find out in about 5 hours, or if you're watching this, 20-30 seconds. Gonna leave it there. See you on the other side. Who are we getting? Who are we getting?
Blossom, yes, blossom. That's the only sad thing. I want to know what happens next.
This just looks beautiful.
Right then. Doctor, whoever I'm about to be.
Doctor, whoever I'm about to be.
Tag. You're it.
Wow. Wow. Open air regeneration. It's not confined to the TARDIS. Here we go. Clothes changing. This looks like... Oh, Tennant. Yeah, teeth.
I know these teeth.
Oh.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I called it.
What?
Called it. Trailer coming up for the next special.
I don't know who I am anymore.
Someone tell me what the hell is going on here?
We got him. Wow. We got him at the end of the trailer there. That was immense. That was an epic, epic episode. Just the scale of it was incredible. It just looked absolutely beautiful. The amount of effect shots that are in this. From the opening rescue on the train, if it was a rescue, just the scale of it. And the soundtrack. This was Jodie's best episode yet. It had everything. And then it had, this was a good secret, well kept secret, those classic Doctors appearing. I didn't have the camera running for that part, so it didn't capture my face on that one. But incredible to have those guys back and have that resolution between Sylvester McCoy's Doctor and Ace, and then Tegan and Peter Davison as well. For all the haters out there, this episode was written by Chris Chibnall, and it was incredible. It was incredible. I loved this. Regeneration was a different kind of regeneration. There was no witnesses to it. Obviously we had Yaz knowing what was coming. It was too much for her to deal with. And then for the Doctor to go it alone and then to stand on that cliff top with the arms open, and instead of that usual regeneration with everything exploding and all the energy flowing everywhere, we got this incredible cliff top regeneration, which was out in the sunlight, this golden sunlight, and then the gold of the regeneration and the arms going out, and just that energy dispersing in the sky as the camera rolled round. We haven't had Doctor Who like this for such a long time. When Jodie's era started, there's this promise of a more cinematic Doctor Who. We've had little bits of it, but not to this scale. As for the regeneration itself, who she turned into, most of us called it. A lot of people were saying online it was going to happen. I called it with the what's of it all. Even did the licking his teeth like he did when he originally regenerated before. But to have that and then feel that little bit of disappointment that you weren't getting Ncuti Gatwa and you weren't getting a look at number 14. And then we get the new trailer at the end. The little tease for the next episode where David Tennant and Catherine Tate come back. And then right at the very end we see Ncuti. What the hell is going on here? Our first look at what the Doctor looks like. This had everything. This had everything. I'll no doubt go on Twitter now and there'll be a whole list of people hating on everything about it. No, it's unfounded. You're wrong. So much to unpack in this episode. I'm not going to do that here. There's just so much that happened. Not going to do a deep dive in terms of any sort of analysis. All the footage we saw in the trailers of the regeneration, it was a regeneration, it wasn't the regeneration. And from that point, it was just kind of, where is this going to go? And then when the Master had taken over the body, so where is this going to go? And then to get that double hit, that surprise of those classic Doctors suddenly appearing. We saw Doctor number 1 there at the very beginning in the gown. And it was like, oh, okay, they got him back. And then for him to morph into Colin Baker and then Peter Davison. And it's like, we must be getting Sylvester McCoy. We've got Ace, we must be getting Sylvester McCoy. And then Paul McGann. There's been footage online just lately of him doing interviews on stage where they're like, will you ever go back? And he's like, yeah, probably, they'll ask me one day. They already did. This was a fantastic episode. A fantastic episode. I'm reeling from it at the moment, and it's just, I'm so full of love for it. It was, yeah, can't put it into words. Can't put it into words. Which is no good when you're doing an online reaction review type thing. Sad to see Jodie go. She didn't get much of a goodbye speech. Like we said earlier, like we'd heard, it was kind of a stripped back regeneration. Her goodbye was more with just personal ones, where she had her fam around her, and then they were all gone, and it was just her and Yaz. And they had their moment sitting on top of the TARDIS. And it just looked beautiful. Just like I said, the scale of this whole episode just Absolutely incredible. To have this on television, just wow. Going to wrap this up. This is probably a lot longer video than I was ever envisioning. If you stuck with me to the end, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think. Did you enjoy this? Did you want more from it? Let me know. Leave comments down below. And if you haven't already, please, it really helps out the channel. Click like on this video. Tap subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Keep up to date with all the new content that's coming through. But until next time, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed that episode. Goodbye, Jodie. Hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.